My girlfriend's ultimate betrayal. How I found out she was cheating with 4 guys. For 3 years, I thought I was in the perfect relationship. Anna and I met in college, and from day one, we clicked. We traveled together, spent nights talking about our dreams, and even discussed moving in together after graduation. I trusted her completely, until everything fell apart. It started with small things. Anna became more distant, glued to her phone, laughing at messages she never shared. When I asked, she'd brush it off, saying it was just a friend from work. But something in her voice made me uneasy. Then came the late-night calls. She would step out of the room to take them, lowering her voice. Whenever I asked who it was, she'd get defensive. "It's just Lisa. You know how she is." But I knew Lisa well. Lisa never called past 10 p.m. Anna started making last-minute plans without me. Work, dinner, helping a friend move. Too tired for date night. It was as if she was slowly phasing me out of her life. But I didn't want to believe it. One evening, she left her laptop open on our couch. I wasn't the type to snoop, but when a message popped up that read, "Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again." I felt my stomach drop. The sender? A name I didn't recognize. Mark. That night, I confronted her. "Who's Mark?" Her face turned pale. "Just a co-worker," she stammered. He was thanking me for helping him with a project. But the message didn't sound like a work-related thank you. I didn't have solid proof, but I started paying closer attention. I noticed she never left her phone unattended, started locking her laptop, and became more irritable whenever I asked about her day. One night, while using her iPad, which was linked to her iMessages, another message popped up, this time from a different guy, Jason. "Wish I could hold you again tonight." My hand shook as I scrolled up and found weeks of messages, flirty, intimate, undeniable. My heart pounded. It wasn't just Mark. It was Jason, too. But something told me it didn't stop there. I had to find out the truth. I started checking patterns. I noticed she had frequent business trips that lined up with weekends I was out of town. I checked our shared Uber account, multiple late-night rides to unfamiliar addresses. Then came the final clue. A friend of mine, Mia, sent me a screenshot from Snapchat. "Isn't this Anna?" It was a photo of Anna at a bar, sitting a little too close to another guy, holding his hand. Not Mark, not Jason. Someone new. With a sinking feeling, I decided to dig deeper. I tried logging into her old Facebook, the one she claimed she barely used. A forgotten password reset email was still accessible on our shared account. That's when I found it. Hidden messages, flirtations, secrets. Scrolling through her messages, I found another name, Eric. My breath caught in my throat. 4 guys. 4. Each of them with messages confirming what I already feared. She wasn't just cheating. She was living multiple lives. Everything made sense. The secrecy, the mood swings, the over-the-top guilt gifts. I had been played. But I wasn't going to let it go unchallenged. I decided to gather undeniable proof. Screenshots, timestamps, ride history, everything. I needed to confront her with evidence so concrete she couldn't deny it. I sat her down, placed my phone on the table, and played a voice note I had taken from her last conversation with Mark. "I can't wait to see you when he's not around." She turned ghost white. At first, she denied everything. "You're being paranoid," she shouted. But when I listed all 4 names and showed the proof, she crumbled. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she sobbed. I don't know how it got so bad." She tried to explain. "I loved you, but I needed something else." She rambled about feeling trapped, about excitement, about how she thought she could balance everything. I sat in silence, letting her words wash over me. I stood up. "I don't care why you did it. I just know I deserve better." Her tears meant nothing. I walked out. The days after were a blur. I moved out of our apartment, blocked her everywhere, and tried to rebuild myself. The betrayal left a scar, but I refused to let it define me. One night, I found myself standing outside the restaurant where Anna and I had shared our first date. The memories flooded back, but this time, they didn't hurt. They felt like echoes of a past life. I realized I had never truly allowed myself to feel everything. I had pushed the pain down, masked it with distractions. But that night, I let myself feel. And it didn't break me. Unexpectedly, I received a message from Eric. She tried to reach out to me. I shut her down. "Hope you're doing okay." It was strange, but I felt lighter. The past no longer had a grip on me. Of all the people I never want to see again, Mark was near the top of the list. But when I ran into him at the gym, he surprised me. "Hey man, no hard feelings?" I hesitated, then extended a hand. None. We were all played. I never expected to find a strange sort of camaraderie with the other guys. We had all been deceived, but somehow we had become stronger because of it. Betrayal had connected us in a way we never anticipated. I finally stopped checking her social media, stopped wondering where she was, what she was doing. She was just another chapter in my story, one that no longer needed my attention. Love should never be about suspicion, about looking over your shoulder. I promised myself I would never settle for anything less than honesty again. One day I met someone new, and for the first time I wasn't scared. I wasn't bitter. I was just ready. Months later, I got a final message from Anna. "I'm sorry." I stared at it for a moment, then deleted it without replying. Some doors are meant to stay closed. With a deep breath, I stepped into my future. Stronger, wiser, free.